Welcome back to Susanne Kurz Coaching. It's been a while that I haven't done any longer videos, and there are several reasons for that, but now I have a new phone and a new camera in this phone which produces much better quality. It's still not the newest model, but it produces much better quality than the camera of my old device, which I bought, I think, almost 5 years ago. And this phone actually is mainly a Christmas gift from my lovely parents. And what makes me really sad is that I didn't have a chance to show it to my father anymore. Because like myself, he liked technical devices, gadgets, and checking them and looking at new functions and what you can do with them in a new device. So he liked that. And I was looking forward to showing him this new device. But I ordered it from the internet, and by the time it arrived at my home, he had already been delivered to the hospital. And within a very short time, he had to be put into an artificial coma. And from that, he never really awakened anymore. That's also the introduction to the topic of today's video, which is about how I'm dealing with the loss of my father. And that kicks off a series about death and beyond, where I want to talk to you about my journey to this point where I'm now, where I'm actually able to cope with the loss of my father, with my father's death, better than I could with my grandmother's death 15 years ago, when the last of my grandparents, my last grandmother, died. That made me really miserable, and I really suffered from that, and it took me several years to come to grips with that and to cope with that. And the main reason why I'm feeling much better now, despite the heavy loss, is that I've come to the conviction that people who die don't evaporate into nothingness. They don't disappear. They don't dissolve into nothingness. And that is basically the implication of the scientific materialistic worldview. When I say we, our personalities, our talents, everything that our attributes, everything that makes us, that is essential to us, is an effect of our brains, is a product of our brains. Because obviously our brains are part of our bodies. When our bodies die and slowly dissolve, then obviously the product of the functioning of our brains would dissolve also into nothingness. There wouldn't be anything left of us when the brain stops functioning. And I've always been very unhappy with this idea, and it always made me feel miserable. And I'll come to that in a later video. But I have come to the conviction during the past couple of years that this is just not true. It's not correct. Now, obviously, we are on a terrain that is not really, can't be proven exactly with hard facts or something. So you can hold other opinions about it. But that's also the case with the materialistic view or interpretation. And I'll come to that in a later video. In any case, I'm feeling a lot better with this loss, and it is still a heavy loss because I'm a physical being here, and I've lost this physical contact to my father. I can't see him anymore. I can't hear him anymore. I can't touch him. So that's a gap in my life. It's a hole in my life, and that will likely never go away. In my experience, it takes a couple of years to get used to it. For some people, it might be faster, but for me, it takes a couple of years, and then you get used to it. I get used to this hole, this gap in my life, but the hole itself, the gap itself, will still be there. And I can deal with that and cope with that much better now, because I'm actually convinced that my father is still there, just in a different form, and he's actually around, and I can talk to him. And that's practically what I'm doing when I get sad. I have a memory or a thought that makes me sad about him not being anymore where he used to be. Then obviously I don't push this away, this emotion, but I let it go through me, flow through me. So I will feel the emotion, I will cry a bit, but what I won't do is perpetuate this sort of thoughts and memories, and think the next thought and the next thought that makes me feel sadder and sadder and sadder. So I'm going to spiral down into a dark hole of depression and sadness. That's not what I'm doing. I'm rather quickly actually switching then to the idea that he is around, and I will start talking to him. And that makes me feel a lot better. And about how I came there to this point, that's something I'm going to tell you in the next couple of videos of this series. I hope it's going to help some people who may be in the same position as I was before my journey, or might be on the same journey, and hope to see you soon. Thanks for listening, and bye until next time.